Hey, fourth grade, welcome back. It's good to see everybody again. Your teachers and I, before we all took a break to go home and finish the year out, we decided that we would spend the remainder of the year teaching you what are called the earth sciences. If you've been paying attention in your science lessons and in my lessons, you know that the earth is basically a big ball of rock. You probably know that the rock goes through cycles, which take millions of years sometimes. And when it goes through those cycles, the rocks change their properties, they become different types of rocks and so forth. Hopefully, you know that. We spent a lot of time on it before we went to the break, the rock cycle, that is. You probably also know that the earth is covered mostly with water, and in that case, it's mostly ocean and sea water. And if you paid attention to my lesson, which about 20% of you did, you know that humans have worked really, really hard to ruin our water. I hope your generation can do better than mine. Uh, the last thing we're going to work on this year is, besides being covered with water, what also covers the rock of the earth? Well, the answer to that, the short answer, if you're 10 years old, is dirt. Now, we're going to replace the word dirt with an appropriate word, a science word. We're going to change the word dirt to the word soil. And we're going to spend the next few lessons learning about soil, what it is, what it's made out of, why it's important, and how do we get it? Because, well, anyway, you'll find out later, all right? So the first thing we're going to do is a really neat experiment. So I'm going to pause the movie. I'm going to get my materials together, and hopefully you can repeat this experiment at home and send me your results, all right? Okay, so our goal today in this lab that we're doing, this experiment, is we're going to take apart some soil from your garden. Now, most of you know if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's with your folks, you can buy a bag of what's called potting soil or gardening soil or whatever. That is not made by the earth. That is made in a factory, and we're not going to think about that. What I need you to do today is go out into your yard. Uh, don't go near the road, but go someplace where things are growing, maybe under a shrub or under a tree or someplace where there's some grass, and get yourself some soil. Um, just get yourself some soil. I just got a random cup full. You will also, for this activity, you'll need some water. You'll need a regular water bottle with a good lid. You will need a funnel. Now, I'm just going to show you a kitchen funnel so you know what one is. Now, when I was a kid, if I used my mom's funnel for soil or dirt, she'd have killed me. But that's up to you and your folks. I also made one. I actually like this better when I'm dealing with dry stuff like soil. I made a funnel out of a sheet of scrap paper. And that works perfectly well, and it won't make your mom crazy. All right? So anyway, oh, and you will also need, if you can print, you'll also need this worksheet that I made up for you. If you can't print the worksheet, that's fine. All you'll need to do is draw a water bottle and label it like this one here, okay? Got it? All right, so let's get started. Actually, label it like this one here. All right, so here we go. Now, step one, I'm going to take my funnel and I'm going to add about 1 inch of soil at the bottom of my water bottle, okay? Just about 1 inch. This is a little awkward to do alone. It's always nice to have somebody to help you, but it was always one of the good things about being in class, right? You always had 3 or 4 people at your table to help you out. You don't want too much soil. 1 inch is more than enough. Remember, our goal is to break the soil apart. Now, if I was really hateful, I would make you do this on a sheet of paper using like uh, toothpicks. And that would be really, really hard because the pieces in soil are quite small, aren't they? So, okay, good. So now we have the soil measured out. Okay, now I can go ahead and use this funnel if I want, and I want to fill the bottle about that high with water, okay? You want to leave a little bit of room at the top because we're going to be shaking it, all right? So I'm going to put the regular funnel in. You won't get yelled at for this. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it about 3/4 of the way with water. No, we're not making mud. 3/4 of the way, and that's about right. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. That's fine now. All right, take the funnel out. Easy peasy. Now, put the lid on really tightly because this will get messy. Now, your next job is to take this. I always like to turn it sideways and shake it vigorously for about 1 minute. Okay, now I'm going to shake it for about 1 minute. I'm actually looking at a timer now. Now, after you've shaken it, you need to put it and just put it down and just leave it alone and let everything settle for 5 to 10 minutes. And then I'd like to you to look at the worksheet, and there are 3 blanks, A, B, and C. I'd just like you to fill them out, and I'm going to come back and show you what my bottle looks like. And I'm curious if you can figure out what those 3 layers are made out of, okay? So pay real close attention. I'm going to pause the video and I'll see you in 5 to 10 minutes.